Now imagine this. You have exactly $47 in your bank account and you need to make it last until Friday. Your child needs new shoes, $35. You need to buy groceries, at least $40. Rent is due in 3 days and you're $200 short. Did the thought cross your mind, how am I going to pay for all of this month? Now, at that exact moment, who do you turn to? Your financial advisor? Your investment portfolio? Or do you close your eyes and pray? At that moment, millions of people around the world are experiencing the same anxiety. But here's what I've noticed. People under financial stress tend to worship more, pray more, go to church more. Is this a coincidence? Absolutely not. Today, I'm going to show you an incredible truth. The relationship between poverty and religion isn't a simple issue. It's a reality that sits right at the intersection of mathematics, psychology, and economics. Look, here's the truth no one wants to talk about. There is a direct, measurable inverse relationship between a country's annual income per capita and its level of religiosity. I'm not making this up. Data doesn't lie. In countries where annual income per capita is below $5,000, over 95% of the population says religion is very important in their daily lives. But in countries where average income exceeds $40,000, that number drops below 30%. Now, before you close the video thinking this is anti-religious thinking or an insult to poverty, wait, because what we're about to uncover is far more interesting than that. This is about understanding the invisible forces that shape how billions of people make decisions about money, meaning, and their future. Look, I've spent years analyzing financial behavior across different cultures and economies, and what I've discovered will completely change how you view both wealth and faith. Let's start with some numbers most people have no idea about. In sub-Saharan Africa, where income is around $3,700 per year, 89% of people say they pray every day. Compare that to Sweden, where income is $54,000 and only 18% pray daily. That's not a small difference, it's a complete reversal. Or look at this. In countries classified as low income by the World Bank, church attendance exceeds 60%. In high-income countries, it's under 20%. Now you might be thinking, okay, so poor people are more religious. So what? But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just correlation. There is real causality flowing in both directions, creating what economists call a feedback loop. And understanding this loop is absolutely crucial if you want to understand the global economy and human behavior. What most people don't realize is this. When you live on $5 a day, you don't make financial decisions the same way someone living on $200 a day does. Your entire relationship with uncertainty changes. Let me give you a real example. In Bangladesh, where the average daily income is around $6, over 82% of people say they completely trust God for their financial future. Meanwhile, in Denmark, where average daily income is $180, only 11% say the same. Think about what that means psychologically. When you can't afford insurance, health insurance, car insurance, life insurance, when you can't build an emergency fund, when a single medical emergency can financially destroy your entire family, you need insurance from somewhere else. And if what I've said so far has made you rethink things, subscribe because we're about to go much deeper. Here's what wealthy people fundamentally misunderstand about poverty. It's not just about having less money. It's about living in a completely different relationship with risk and uncertainty. Let me explain it like this. If you earn $80,000 a year and your car breaks down, it's annoying. It might cost $1,500 to fix. That's roughly 2% of your annual income. You'll be frustrated, but you'll survive. Now, if you earn $4,000 a year and your car, motorcycle, or bicycle breaks down, that same $1,500 repair is 37.5% of your entire annual income. That's not just annoying, it's potentially catastrophic. Here's the reality. When you live with this kind of uncertainty, when every day carries the potential for financially devastating loss, you need a psychological framework that gives you hope, meaning, and a sense of control. This is exactly where religion steps in and performs an economic function most people never notice. Religious communities provide what economists call informal insurance networks. In poor countries, your church, mosque, or temple isn't just a place of worship, it's your social safety net. When you lose your job, your religious community may help you find a new one. When you don't have money for food, they organize communal meals. When you get sick, they take care of your family. A study across 18 developing countries found that religious communities provide an average of $340 per person per year in economic support. For someone earning $3,000 a year, that's 11% of their income. This isn't symbolic, it's survival. So in poor countries, religion partially functions as a financial institution, mutual aid disguised as faith. Now here's where things get truly interesting. And this is the part that challenges both religious and secular people. As countries get richer, they create what sociologists call existential security. State-provided healthcare, unemployment insurance, pension systems, public education, all of these reduce the uncertainty that makes religion psychologically necessary. Look at the Scandinavian countries. Norway, Sweden, Denmark, they have some of the lowest rates of religious participation in the world. But they also have the most comprehensive social safety nets. Healthcare is free. Education is free. If you lose your job, the state can replace up to 80% of your previous income for up to 2 years. When the state is your insurance policy, you no longer need God to be your insurance policy. But here's what most people miss. This doesn't mean religion is purely utilitarian. It means poverty and faith create conditions where survival becomes intertwined in ways that prosperity separates. Think of it like this, and this is a perfect analogy. You're walking well-marked trails with GPS and nearby emergency services. You don't need a guide. But if you're crossing an unmarked desert with no map and limited water, you desperately need someone who knows the way. Poverty is unmarked terrain. Religion is the guide that has walked that path for thousands of years. Now, if you find value in this analysis and want to support me, share this video with someone interested in economics, psychology, or religion, because what we're about to talk about next will absolutely blow your mind. Here's something most people don't realize. The relationship between wealth and religion isn't just about material security, it's about locus of control. Psychologists talk about something called locus of control. People with an internal locus of control believe their actions determine their future. People with an external locus of control believe external forces determine their future. When you're wealthy, you can see a direct line between decisions and outcomes. You save $10,000, you invest it, it grows to $12,000. You work hard, you get a better job, you earn more. Cause and effect are clear. But when you're poor, that line breaks down. You can work 60 hours a week and still not afford rent. You can do everything right and still be wiped out by a medical bill, a corrupt official, or a natural disaster. Effort doesn't reliably turn into outcomes. In this context, an external locus of control isn't a flawed way of thinking, it's a psychologically protective one. Believing God has a plan is healthier than believing, I'm failing even though I'm doing everything right. That's what all of this means. Whether you're religious or secular, rich or poor, this matters to everyone. Understanding this system reveals something fundamental about human nature. We don't make financial decisions based purely on spreadsheets and logic. We make them based on uncertainty, community, meaning, and hope. If you live in a wealthy country and are confused about why religion persists in poor countries, now you understand. It provides the services your welfare state provides for you. And if you live in a poor country, understanding this dynamic helps you see that faith and practicality aren't opposites. They're often partners in survival. Whether you're building wealth or faith, accept that the goal isn't just accumulation. The real goal is reducing existential uncertainty. That's what humans fundamentally desire. Want to help poor countries rely less on religion? Don't just preach secularism. Build economic security. Want to understand why your faith matters so much to you? Examine which uncertainties it helps you manage. This is just the beginning of this conversation. Leave a comment below. Do you think economic development reduces religion? Or does the decline of religion make economic development possible? I read every comment and want to hear your perspective. Subscribe for deeper analysis on the psychology of money, faith, and human behavior. And remember, whether you're praying for a miracle or working for a promotion, you're doing the same thing. trying to create certainty in an uncertain world. That's all for today. See you next time.